Hey everyone, Alex Feratov here, and today we have an amazing guest. We have Dryden, who is a student in our Brand Builders Academy community, and you're 19, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Awesome. You have a nice mustache for 19 years old.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so Dryden just recently hit his first $1,000 a day in sales with his e-commerce business, and I'll be asking him some questions. We'll be learning from his experience, and we'll be sharing with you guys, what's working for him. So, Dryden, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me, man.
Awesome. So, how did your e-commerce journey started? I mean, you're pretty young. Like you started early.
Yeah. So actually, like in my sophomore year at high school, I joined this one course, uh, but it ended up not working out. I didn't really have the most money, so it just kind of stopped. And then I saw, I saw your ad. It was over a one of those built for you stores,
Uh huh.
and then I started seeing more ads on the feed. Of BBA. And I was like, this has got to be a sign. So I got on a sales call, joined BBA.
That's awesome, man. And so, like at that point, like, are you still in school? You're still in high school or college?
No, I graduated.
Oh, you graduate. You graduated high school, and you didn't go to college?
No,
No, you don't want to go to college?
no, it's never been in my plan at all. It's never been a thing that I would like.
Man, why though? Like, why it's like it's a typical path for people, right? Like, you go to high school, then it's college, then it's like it's like how is it your kind of how's your mindset in that direction?
Yeah, so I've always like thought that college was, I guess you could say, scam if you're not going for like big careers. Like if, and I feel like most people that go to college that I've seen go without a real plan. They just kind of go because that is the traditional plan.
Uh huh.
And I feel like you learn things you don't really need in life to actually
Mm,
like make money and build something. And that's of course what I wanted to do.
man, that's awesome. So how's your parents? How your parents reacted to that?
So they, at first, they said if I don't want to go to college, that's fine. Just find something. And they were saying find a job. I was like, I can't do the 9 to 5 stuff.
Right.
And they saw how much money I spent for this course, and they were like, you could have used that for college. I was like, could have, but I just can't do that. But over time, they've kind of more adjusted to it and accepted me for, or um,
They kind of accepted your past, right? That you want to
yeah,
go into like entrepreneurship.
yeah. And after I started showing them results, they were like, okay, we believe more.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Like, so, for you, like, is that kind of like you came to that decision like over time, or like you just like woke up like one day, and it's like I want to be like entrepreneur and kind of like go this different path from where most people go.
I really feel like ever since my first job, I was like, I can't do this for the rest of my life. I feel like it's always been something, a part of me that's like, I have to be, maybe it wasn't an entrepreneur at that time, but I was like, I got to do something that's way better than this. I can't work for the next 50 years of my life for someone else.
Hmm. That's awesome, man. So, how was that like? So before you joined BBA, like, did you have like any kind of? Did you try launching any stores at all? Like, did you play with Shopify or anything like that?
So my sophomore year, yeah, I built a store, but I never like ran traffic to it or anything due to just, I was working, school. I just at that time did not think I could do it, and I just kind of, it fell off. And then before I saw BBA ads, I actually was gonna join this one course to build like a coaching program of something that uh, you like. So let's say like the gym was my idea, be a personal
Uh-huh.
trainer, and then I saw day trading, and I was gonna get into that. But then I saw BBA, I was like, no, I got to do this again.
Hmm. So e-commerce was like out of all of the other opportunities, he decided to pursue e-commerce.
for sure, because I saw the most potential in that.
Mm. So why most potential?
Because it feels like it would be most like it's a real brand. I can actually be creative because I'm building something from scratch. As for like day trading, it's just kind of, I wouldn't say it's a business, but it is. But I'm not being creative and using my own mind.
Uh-huh. So you have like good like self-awareness in terms of what things are like inspiring you and what things are kind of not like within your skill set.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what were your best subjects in school?
I would say math and science for sure.
Math and science. Wow, that's awesome. So yeah, I mean it's these are good ones because you know with e-commerce is a lot about numbers. Like you have to
Mhm.
understand the math, like you have to analyze the data. So those definitely will serve you well in your journey.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So how has your experience in BBA so far has been like?
It's pretty good, and actually, so at first I was very like, I'd say try to be very perfect. So I was taking too much time, wasting my time building stores, trying to make it perfect. Wasted a lot of time, and then I was just like, it's got to change. And I just started like pumping.
So okay, so what changed your perspective in that sense? Like what is saying shifted for you that kind of like made you more like action oriented instead of like making everything perfect?
I would think the time being wasted kind of like, wouldn't say hurt me, but hit me hard and like disgust, as in, what am I doing? Like I could be doing so much more, and actually building something with trial and error and not actually trying to be perfect.
Hmm. So before you got into e-commerce, because you know a lot of people believe like that e-commerce is saturated, e-commerce is a scam. You know, it's like you know there's all of these kind of beliefs that people have that prevent them from getting into it. So did you have any of those before you got into e-commerce?
Really, no. I mean, I've always seen people saying it's saturated, but I've always just thought like, how can something like that be saturated? Because like people are always going to be buying online. Like even I remember like not too long ago, maybe a couple years ago, Walmart even introduced their ecom. So it's like if companies this big are introducing e-commerce and stuff, it's growing. I don't think it could ever be saturated.
Hmm. So when you got into like e-commerce, like did you have like and throughout your journey so far, did you have like any big like paradigm shifts, like in terms of like what you were thinking it is, like versus how it actually turned out? Like maybe it's like product research, kind of like how you know how you approach the product research, or maybe conversion rate optimization, or maybe any other areas of the business.
Sorry, what was the first part you
Uh,
asked?
so did you have any big like paradigm shifts, like since you got into e-commerce, kind of like did you change your like views, let's say, on product research versus like what you think now about product research versus what you had in mind when you just first got into it?
I would say more again, like just you don't not everything has to be perfect. Just
Mm,
get out something out as fast as you can. Put the bad products on your list and try them, or sort through the good ones, the bad ones. Test, doesn't work. Test the next one. I would say that for product research. Yeah.
just finding that product market fit, like and kind of like relying on that more than like trying to make some of the products that maybe not as good, don't resonate with the market, trying to make those work.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. So for you, like when you got into e-commerce, like how fast did it take you to like get your first sales?
The first sale I got like 4 months in, 5 months in, probably. Yeah, took me a little bit of time, more than I wish it took.
So what do you think? What do you think kept you going throughout those months? Because the reason I'm asking is because Shopify, like e-commerce overall, like it's very accessible, right? The barrier of entry is so low that like you can literally start like e-commerce business like today, like in 2 hours, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
wanted to. But at the same time, there's like people getting into it, then people trying it, people get discouraged, and people are, never try it again. So what do you think kept you going like those 4 5 months when you didn't have like a lot of traction, even like first sales?
I'd say my goals and dream for sure. I didn't think that I could just give up on what I had, the dreams and goals that I had. I was like, yeah, no, like it has to be done. If I lose everything, sure, I'll just get a job, and that'll be the worst of it. But I had to keep going.
Huh. Man, this is fascinating. Like, did you have any friends like in your circle that have like kind of like similar beliefs? Like also like want to get into entrepreneurship? Because I can imagine these conversations, right? Like if everyone, let's say in your circle wants to go to college, kind of like has this like standard path that everyone has, been through pretty much, 99% of people, and then you just kind of trying to do something different. Like, did you have any like these conversations with your friends or with your like kind of people that are close to you?
So most of my friends did go to college. I really don't know anyone that wanted to proceed entrepreneurship or anything, but I have one close friend who's been with me the whole ride. Excuse me, sorry. Um, that wants to also build his own thing, and I plan on actually teaching him e-commerce like somewhat soon and get into it together.
That's awesome. Does he have like any like skill sets that you think would be complementary to your business?
Definitely his communications. Very good at talking, selling, in that
That's
sense. Yeah.
awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Usually, what I see is, is yeah, it's like when you have two people with like complementary skill sets, that's when the businesses blow up because like you do your thing, your partner does another thing, and you guys just kind of like, um, so. Yeah, I've seen so many because we've been working with entrepreneurs for the last like 5 years, and I see these trends like when people with complementary skill sets like join forces, it becomes something truly, scalable and big.
Yeah. Yeah.
So did you like when you wanted to go that route, did you even have like these conversations with people, hey, I'm going this like totally different direction, or you just kept everything to yourself and just kept kept going, building the e-commerce business?
I'd more so keep it to myself unless someone really asked what I was doing. Uh, and if they asked, I'd just tell them, yeah, I want to pursue e-commerce. Most people didn't even know what it was, so I have to explain this. And
Did your parents know about e-commerce, like, or you also had to explain it to them?
yeah, I definitely had to explain it to them too.
That's awesome. I mean, they're probably buying stuff online too, right? You just like you probably had to explain that like you just on the other side of it, like like selling stuff, not buying stuff.
Yeah, for sure. My mom's like a huge Amazon buyer, so I was like, it's kind of like this, but more so of a more specific type of thing.
Awesome. Where are you based in the United States?
I'm in Texas,
Texas. Awesome. Dallas?
near there, about 20 minutes away.
Nice. So what were the biggest challenges, would you say, like so far on your journey? Some of the biggest kind of like bottlenecks or issues you had to overcome?
Mm. I'd probably say uh Probably mindset. Definitely, yeah, definitely been working on mindset. The thought of losing money, but not losing money. You're just buying data.
Hmm.
Um, I'd say those are pretty big ones.
So how did that like was that also kind of like instant paradigm shift, or just like over time like you came to that conclusion?
Definitely a yeah paradigm shift. Definitely have to believe in yourself more for things to actually start working and coming together.
For sure. So in terms of like niches, like what niches did you get into in terms of products to sell?
Started in health, did not work out at all. Went to I tried pets, tried some like home gadgets. Uh, then more so went back to health. Then I went to kitchen gadgets, and then now I'm back in health and wellness.
Hmm. So which one like out of all of these you like the most?
I would definitely say health. I see the most potential there, as it's always going to be a growing problem.
For sure. We have some questions here from Kushagar. At 1K a day, what's one bottleneck you didn't expect that appeared, and how did you overcome it?
So a recent bottleneck. Let's see. Honestly, it's a tough question. I think I'd need a little more context. Because I mean, there's always going to be some little issues. It's just how you kind of manage and keep going after uh, something. Because I mean, there's every day I'll have maybe a customer email me say, uh, "Where's my product?" Or uh, some days they'll be like very slow, and it's like, what's happening? Where it all like it's just going downhill. But if you just got to keep, uh, I'd say, an inner peace and know that uh, it will work out. Don't stress over the little things. Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah, it's you know when building a business, I just kind of also reflected on my journey from this same question, because like no matter what level of business you're at, like either you just getting started, getting your first like $1,000 a day, $10,000 a day, $100,000 a day, on every level there will be some challenges, and it's like it's like you said, it's how you see those challenges. Do you see them like, oh, it's end of the world, that's it, game over? Or do you see it's like, okay, yeah, if there's a problem, there's a solution. There's probably people that already had that problem that have a solution to it. There's always a way around it. And overall, like the difference between like successful entrepreneurs and people that are not successful, it's usually just the problem solving and how they see those problems. Because people that give up, they usually, oh, it's a problem, that's it, like it's too much stress, too, like it's not worth it, and they just give up. And people that are successful, they just keep going even when it's tough.
Sure.
Another great question here, from Nick. What would you tell your past self at the beginning of your journey?
I would say definitely move faster.
Mhm.
Um, and keep improving every single day.
People also asking if this is live or pre-recorded.
It's definitely live.
um, awesome, man. So another great question here. How many products did you test until you reach $1,000 a day?
I tested 8 products before this. This is my 9th product.
9 products. And another question here. What do you think would be a budget that newcomers should have in savings?
For ecom, mm, I mean, I think you could test one store at least with 500 at the beginning. Ideally, I think you need more to keep going, obviously. I'd say at least starting 1,500 to 2,000.
Awesome.
And that's
Awesome.
without mentorship.
Right. That's when you do everything by yourself.
Yeah.
So now, like looking back, like so you joined BBA, right? And so you got into mentorship. Like, if you were to do it again, would you join BBA or would you try to do it by yourself?
I'd for sure still have mentor and coaching. I I believe everyone should definitely have someone that's already done it, already went through the problems, and uh, given you the knowledge of their failures to make you succeed faster.
For sure. We have a question here from Malik. Do you have coaches from BBA as well? Like who you work with on our team?
I work with Tommy, the
Oh,
goat.
nice, nice. I love Tommy. You have similar mustache with Tommy, no?
A little, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, Tommy is a great guy. Um, so uh, question here as well from Nick. Some basic questions here. Where do you see yourself in store in the next 12 months?
Next 12 months, I believe so. My goal at the end of this year is to have 100,000 at least in sales. The next 12 months, I'd like to say 500K in sales for sure
100,000 by the end of the year?
by the end of this year. Yeah,
My man, I think you can do more than that.
yeah, I probably can. I believe
Yeah,
that could happen.
yeah, for sure. Like, just seeing, like, cause, I have these conversations with entrepreneurs like every week, and like, I know what's possible. Like, and you're moving in the right direction. You're making the right conclusions. You want to move faster. Like, you're learning from your mistakes as well. And so, yeah, I think you can definitely, I think you can get to 100K a month by the end of the year.
Jeez. All right, I that might be another paradigm shift that I need to
Yeah.
have.
And then when you get to 100K a month, and like you realize, like, wow, geez, I can do better. Like,
Yeah,
then you also surround yourself by people that are doing like 500K a month, 1 million a month. And it's like you just realize, like, okay, there's like maybe like few little things they do differently, or they just have a different mindset, and you just kind of like constantly level up, and it just never ends. Like, even if you have like very successful like 8-figure business, 9-figure business, like you meet people that are like, gee, I mean, people doing so much more than me.
yeah.
Yeah. So, so you basically right now you're like full time on the business, right?
No, I actually have a part time that I am doing.
So you have some part time job.
Yes,
Okay, cool. So how much time do you usually like dedicate to the business on a day to day basis?
I'd say minimum of 2 hours at least, but I try to shoot for 4 to 6 more if I can.
Awesome. Um, we we have some questions here from Yaz Musics. I work a 9 to 5. How much time do you think would it take to test the product, considering I'm tech savvy and I use AI to help?
I think at minimum everyone should at least test 2 products a week. Even I think it's definitely doable even with a 9 to 5. You might have to lose some sleep, but just taking some caffeine, you'll be all right.
Some white
Yeah.
monster. Awesome. Um, so and it's fascinating. By the way, you mentioned that you do all of this like with like having a part-time job, which I think for most people it's a great strategy, especially if, they work 9 to 5, they don't want to lose the main like source of income that they have, and they're just kind of like getting the business to initial like momentum. When the business starts to make like more money than what you're making was a job, it's like no brainer decision to go all in. But like in that transition period, like I think it makes a lot of sense to just do it on the side.
Yeah. I actually got this part time pretty recently. Before I was like only doing ecom, but then I was like, I need a little more capital, so I'm gonna just hustle a little bit and get back to it.
Awesome, man. So I have a question here from Not Jet. Did you experience many ad account restrictions or bans?
Uh, no, actually, I only had one ad account, and that ad account only got banned, or that ad account was only going to be used to try to lower CPMs, and it got banned. But I had another backup, so I was actually fine. Very lucky. So
Awesome. Um, so do you think, oh, Malik is asking, I don't know if you're using VSLs in your business. Do you think an AI presenter in VSL can scale ridiculously well?
as in AI, like UGC.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I'm actually going to start working on that pretty soon, so I can't really give a finalized answer on that, but I'm gonna try it. So
Awesome. Yeah, maybe we can reconnect in a few months. Like when you're at like 100K months, we do another one when you're
yeah,
at
sounds
100K
good.
months. Um, awesome. So, question from Mark. What have you been your biggest insights so far in your e-commerce journey?
Biggest insights. Kind of.
Maybe paradigm shifts, like kind of like what's like, oh, kind of like moments where you're like, oh, okay, you know, those kind of
Okay,
moments.
I'd say definitely. Uh, I'd say whatever you really put your mind to, it can be done. I'd say that's the biggest thing
Hmm.
I've realized. Like a lot of this is like huge mindset. Like you got to have a very strong mind in order to be very successful.
Hmm. So everything starts with a mind, and then you just projecting that in the
For
real
sure.
world.
Because when you think about success, you're going to uh, act as if you are successful. And I think that's the biggest key.
Huh. What was like? Do you like what was that kind of like process for you? Like, were you always this way? Like, were you just like, I'll be successful no matter what, or you just kind of like had to train yourself to that point over
I
time?
definitely say it's kind of been trained because at the beginning it was more, is this actually going to work? Can I do it? There's definitely a little bit of self doubt in the beginning, but over time it's more like, oh, this is achievable. This is like I can and will make this work no matter what.
Wow. Now, so did you like read books? Like we have a question here from Jaden. Do you read any powerful books to help with mindset, or was it like from watching videos, like reflecting just on your journey so far? Like where that came from?
I'd actually say I've only read like two books that help me. I do watch content and videos, but I do think that just because you watch or read books doesn't mean you will uh, become successful or get a stronger mindset. You actually have to put what you're taking in into action in order to actually, uh, yeah,
So you almost have to like prove it to yourself, right? Like that, like if you believe it and then you do it, and then you just kind of like, okay, this is real, this is actually happening, this is like just you bringing that into
for sure,
reality.
yeah,
Instead of just thinking about it, so I'll be successful, I'll be successful, I'll be successful, right? But like not doing anything, it just like you will not make
Yeah,
anything
it won't
happen.
just come to you. You actually have to put in the work.
And as a part of that process, this is fascinating topic because when you're getting on this journey, like I think the biggest thing to overcome in general, like in business, is the setbacks, the like things are not working out as you want, like from day one. That's why I was asking about like how did you push yourself throughout those like first months when you didn't have a lot of traction, because it's easy to be motivated when things
Oh
are
yeah,
going well. Like when you have momentum, it's like, yeah, you're on top of the world. But when things are not going as well, that's when like kind of that's where like all of that self-doubt and all of those things can come true. And I think it's just when you're getting into the business, or you getting like pretty much starting with anything, just getting used to that it won't be easy, and just accepting that as that's it. It won't be easy. It will be hard. There will be hard moments. So internally, you kind of like preparing for it. It's like, okay, I expected it will be hard, because I think people get this like understanding of the business, probably from Instagram, and like kind of like, yeah, it's like, yeah, just like
yeah,
drive Lambo and like have good life. But there is bad days in business. There's bad months in business. There's like bad years sometimes in business. And so, and if you don't know how to process it, or you're not expecting it, then it will be just like, oh wow, I didn't expect it will be so hard. And like what you said makes a lot of sense, that it just kind of like programming and working on that, and also being ready that it won't be like as
for sure.
easy. So we have a question from Nick. When are you going to quit your job?
I'd definitely say whenever I start making a couple thousand in profit a month.
For sure, my man. So do you think your current product is long term, or you kind of like
I
transacting?
definitely say it's a long-term product. I mean, solving a
Nice.
big pain issue. So, and I don't think that pain will ever go away.
Awesome. Yeah, that's one of the upsides of like I love health and beauty as well. I've been in health and beauty for the last like 8 years, pretty much for the most part, and its niche will never go away. No matter the obviously the products that are being sold will change, the technology will change, kind of there's different like innovations, but as a core, it's just like such an evergreen market that and the market is growing because like every year, like there's more and more people having like pain, or they want to look more attractive, or they want to fix their skin, they want to fix the pain in their body. It's just like never ending market, and your success in that will be predicated just by your ability to market, innovate, adapt, and it's pretty much like never ending kind of
But yeah,
niche.
for sure.
Are you using AI in your business in any ways?
Literally every single way you could probably think of.
That's awesome. What do you use?
A lot of image generation for sure. Uh, copy.
Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
ChatGPT? So you creating banner ads, like image ads with
yeah.
ChatGPT, and then you're testing those image ads, banner ads on Facebook ads,
Yes.
and they're
hmm
actually
That's
working.
all I've. That's all I'm really
Like,
running right now. Is AI ads.
let's fucking go. That's amazing. That's amazing. That just shows you the power, like, of like using the technology.
Yeah.
Gee, I mean, like a few years ago, we didn't have it. Like, I mean, you had to hire a
hmm
designer, or you had to be decent with Photoshop. And now it's just like the quality of the output from like ChatGPT, especially if you prompt it well, like with images, like it's
Oh
it's
yeah.
insane. So you use mostly image ads right now, like
Yeah.
no
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 videos at
videos?
all. Just images.
That is incredible. That's awesome. So do you also use like ChatGPT for copy?
Yeah.
Awesome. So do you use any other tools like AI tools?
Mm, no, I'd say me and ChatGPT uh, have a pretty good relationship. It's only me and ChatGPT.
Man, the latest one, the O3, like the O3, I don't know if it does the image generation. I think it's 4.3 or 4.5. The previous one does the image generation, if I'm not mistaken. But O3, in terms of like creative thinking and critical thinking, it's incredible. Like it's just like I was talking with ChatGPT yesterday, like for like 4 hours, and it's, man, I mean, the arguments that it has, and kind of like it can think like a very 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 intelligent
Yeah.
human. Like it's it's incredible. um so I mean, we have probably the most important question today. So yeah, how's it? Yeah, I think it's hard, man. Like, I don't think if I can have a mustache like
I
that.
definitely got blessed. Sure.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. So um for you right now, like how do you like segment your time? So you with a part-time job, you have only like few hours a day to dedicate to the business. Like, kind of like, how do you, what things are you focusing on the most in your business?
I'd definitely say ads. Uh, just trying to get that out and creating content. Right now, I'm also trying to work on just kind of redoing the content on my store. That's kind of a big thing that I'm working on right now. I usually work like 8 to 9 hours, come home, eat, shower. Uh, and it also just depends on the day because my shifts are different. I could work a morning shift this day, close the next day, in the middle of the day, the next day. Those suck. The middle of the day makes it so hard because I'll be working before and after. Yeah.
Oh man, you're a hustler, and also, I mean, the fact that you're starting so early, I think it's phenomenal, because I always reflect on it. Because like the earlier you get into the business, it's like, yes, initially it won't be easy. I mean, getting into the business is never easy. Like, no matter what age you're in, but like you're getting started so early, and you're gaining all of that experience, and you're already using technology to your advantage. That is like, I mean, if you stick to it for the next like 5-10 years, like, and every month, every year you become better, is just like, you can set yourself for life. Like, it's, you know just because you started so early, and like you just got on that journey.
Yeah, for sure.
So Jaden is asking, what hobbies do you have?
Outside of ecom, really just gym, training jujitsu. That'd probably be, yeah. That's pretty much it.
You good at
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu? Yeah. Oh shit, you have a belt?
Yeah, I like just started 6 months ago or somewhere around there. Not too long, but that's been.
But you're getting good progress?
Right now, I haven't been going too much because of ecom. I'm just kind of working ecom, working ecom. It's kind of just been my life recently.
Awesome, man. So, yeah, when you build a business, like you build more systems in the business, you hire some people in the business, like you can definitely free up, some time and have that balance. But like initially, if you want to just get that traction, I think just being dialed in, and just work on the business like every minute you can. It's a way to, like, almost like obsession. It's like you're almost like crazy, right? Like, and everyone who's successful is like, they're almost like, it's like, like every minute, like, to kind of like little things here to move the business forward. um Nick is asking if you're moving
I
to
actually do
Miami.
plan on going to Miami.
Let's go, man. Come to the office, we're here.
Cool, I'll be there.
Awesome, man. So with your website, you mentioned that you want to kind of like recreate the content on the website. What's your conversion rate right now on the website?
On recently, it's kind of, I'd say around like 4 to 5%, pretty good.
Nice. What's the average order value?
44, 45.
That's decent. Wow. And that's just with image ads on the front end. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. So you're using Shrine
Yes.
Team? Yeah, most yeah, it's pretty good converting in terms of the conversion rate.
For sure, yeah.
Awesome, man. I actually want to introduce you to a few people like that will change your paradigm, kind of like change paradigm shift for you. Yeah, I'll shoot you introduction after this. Like this this guy Cody, I interviewed him on my YouTube channel. He is 21 years old and he's doing like $1.5 million a month.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying like you have to just like, yeah, it's like 100K a month is just like it's a starting point. Like, and I know it sounds like, oh, it's like I'm talking shit, but it's like I just seen like what's possible. It's like as long as you have the right elements in place and like you move fast and you adapt and like you're learning and you're adjusting, like it's definitely doable. So for you right now, so your family is aligned, like they kind of like let you do your thing with the business, right? Like they don't have kind of they're not questioning the potential of this
Yeah,
business.
not really anymore. They kind of accept it now.
Do you have like brothers,
I
sisters?
have 3 brothers.
You also getting them into e-commerce or they're young?
2 younger ones and one's like my age. He works for my grandpa.
Uh-huh. Do you also want to get into the business or no?
No.
No? That's okay. So Jaden is asking, was there anyone who ever doubted you?
The only thing I can really think of is I told one of my buddies one time that I was gonna do ecom, and he kind of laughed, and it was like, dude, that's not gonna work. Like, we're gonna work 50 years. Like, he literally said, like, I'm gonna work for the rest of my life, and we just gotta accept it. I was like, that's crazy that you can just accept something like that. But I mean, that's some people.
Wow. Did that piss you off? Or like was that kind of like, okay, I'll prove you wrong, something
Definitely, I
like
was
that?
like, okay, watch.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. I think, it's the competitive high performance people, like we need that. Like we need someone to doubt
Yeah,
us because that's like we use it as our fuel to just like, okay,
I feel like I
let me
don't have
show you.
enough doubters.
Yeah. Let's go, man. That's awesome. So my man, it's an incredible story. I'm looking forward to reconnect with you like once you're 100K a month. That's the next stop. And looking forward to seeing your next breakthroughs.
Appreciate it, my man.
Yeah. Dryden, wish you all the best on your journey, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Amazing questions. Yeah, if you have any other questions, please drop them to me on Instagram. I'll pass them to Dryden, and or maybe we'll drop your Instagram as well so people can connect with you.
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Dryden, thank you so much for joining me. Amazing conversation, and yeah, let's get it, man. See you at
Yes,
100K
sir.
months.
Thank you.